Good morning. How are you? Actually, it's 1 minute after 12 up there. It's 11:01 down here. This has been a strange couple of days here. Everything I've seen, but this kid appears to have been a Trump supporter, a Republican. Um, why he did this shooting is going to be anybody's guess. Nobody can figure it out. There's no evidence anywhere for a motive. So why did this boy do this? I'm not going to speculate, other than the fact that I'm going to go back to the statement I made yesterday. It's quite possible this is a just nothing more than another one of those mass shooting attempts by somebody whose mind is snapped from pressure. I don't think there's enough information out there. I mean, when you talk to this kid, about this kid. All they come back with, the typical comments that they would make if this had been a school shooting. He's depressed. He was unhappy. He was a loner. He was bullied. These are all things that cause that are used as reasons for school shootings. Come here, baby. Here's Lucy, coming to say hello again to you guys. She's got some stuff on her head I have to worry about. Right, we're going to have to find out what's going on with this. Other than that, what can anybody say? Well, I absolutely have no way of finding out what's going on other than what's reading in the showing up on the videos on MSNBC, CBS, ABC. I follow those main interviews. I look at the like I always have, Rolling Stone, and I look at YouTube, and I really can't find anybody who's out there saying, this was a zealot. This was a total anti-Trump move. He's a registered Republican. His home's filled with flags and Trump signs. And he very calmly went about this. Apparently, he went out and bought a ladder. Went over to this building, brought the ladder up to the building, climbed up on the building roof, went up on the roof, and started shooting. And all during this time, people saw him, which is another amazing thing. You talk about minor gaps. Had there been a professional shooter anywhere attempting this, the President of the United States and several other people would be dead right now. Okay, this kid is supposedly a pretty good shot. He was close. He practices at a range that's more distance than the range he shot at. How he got this close with a rifle? People saw him and they called attention to him, but apparently nobody responded until after he fired his first shot, in which case they put a bullet in his head. That means that they could have been tracking him all along, and why they didn't shoot him. Who held back the order to fire? I thought those snipers were independent. They could shoot to kill when the situation warranted it. Were they afraid of being sued for a wrongful death? They couldn't identify the fact that what the man was pointing at them was a weapon? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not. My feeling is that this was not. I can't even call it a premeditated attack because everything was done in the spur of the moment. They found nothing. Okay, in his communications between friends, between the computer he had access to and his phone. They found no no explanation whatsoever. They found no dissident talk. They found no threats made. So I don't know. I can't for the life of me figure out why this kid did it. Nothing that makes sense to me. I could speculate. I could come up with conspiracy theories. I did yesterday. He just wanted to. Thought it was going to be, if he fired a few shots off, he'd help Trump. I don't. Whatever this kid did, I don't think he expected to die that day. Maybe he did. I don't know, but it doesn't appear that he. And then I don't understand the bomb in his car. I really don't. You blow up your car, you take away your escape mechanism. So he had no intention of escaping. But why he went and did this, I have no idea. Maybe he never intended to use the explosive device. I don't think he intended to die. I just don't think he was very bright. There's something wrong there, and I can't come up with anything as a reason, And I'm just I'm an old guy. I'm an excellent shot, and I wouldn't have missed, In the way that I'm still inclined to believe that wasn't a whole bullet that nicked Fat Boy. I think that could have been a ricochet. And which brings the question: was Trump a target, or was he collateral damage? Was he after somebody else in the crowd, which could mean no political reasons whatsoever, no, which makes even less sense as to why he would do something like that. But there would be someplace a reason of some sort. I think. I don't know. I'm not like I said. My shrink days are over. I studied sociology and psychology in school, and that's before they started covering the assassins and stuff like that. And where every sociologist and psychologist in the world's got their own point of view, I don't think this one doesn't appear to be a point of view. Nothing points to a reason. Nothing points to an anger issue. Nothing points so far points to him having some reason to go in there and shoot, even if it's a disturbed reason. They don't even have a disturbed. They don't even have a fake reason. They don't have a reason why he did this. And that's very strange, but not impossible. Just very strange. Listen, I'm working on getting on being able to post videos, clips to Instagram, and like I said, I'm trying to get my video up on WordPress, but I guess I'm going to have to start writing more over there. So, my day's becoming full, and I don't like that. I like to screw around and do nothing, But it looks like I'm going to have to get a little bit more involved if I'm going to make any kind of impression on anybody. I don't look for impressions in this just so that it makes my stuff more available. Because I don't have, if I had an answer, I'd go out and I'd go out and call CBS up, somebody from down here, and say, hey, look, I saw this and I think this, But I haven't got an opinion. It doesn't make any sense. My opinions don't make sense right now. Things that running through my head are things that don't make any sense. So I'm not saying a lot of it. It's a lot of it's conspiracy-based theories, and I don't think they solve anything. I have another question about taking. All right, let's stop talking about the assassination. Let's go to J.D. Vance being his running mate. I can't understand that. J.D. Vance once called him Hitler. And you got the videos to prove it. I mean, it's not something somebody's making up, Why? This guy's done such a flip-flop, and why? Because he thinks he's the best for the country? Then there's somebody, then he's converted to some sort of wacko program, Christian nationalism or something. I don't know. Because the Christians that are running this stuff, that are involved in politics, aren't Christians. They're just greedy little bastards that are trying to, cash in on Christianity. Trump Jr., they should have just put him in a cage someplace. He's not as bad as his father, but he's completely off the. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, he's just stupid. His father's got. What was the quote I read this morning? He said, every once in a while, Trump's, shows off with a little bit of smarts. And that's what they say that he's doing by preaching unity and whatnot right now, I actually think that down the road he's going to have less of a chance to win, especially with J.D. Vance. Because, this is, for Vance, this is political suicide. It's like one of the reasons Nikki Haley didn't want to be vice president. It's political suicide. You're done. If you're dependent on Trump, I mean, after 4 years, Trump's not going to be a factor. So Nikki Haley's smart that way, and so are some of the other people that have backed away from being vice president. Vice president is a job. It's like being a president. President is the last job you're ever really going to hold. And no matter what Trump thinks, he's never going to be anything after he's president. He wasn't anything after this except a candidate for president. So once he loses this, once this term is over, win, lose, or draw, he's pretty much done. He's a fried piece of shit. If he loses, that means 4 years, that means 82, he's not going anywhere, okay? He can join me at the checker table then, in the old folks' home. So this is pretty much, both of these guys are out after this year. There's no way Biden's going. Biden can't run, and Biden will never hold another job. Biden will be lucky if he's alive in 4 years. And I don't mean to be. I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying that this man is the stress of being president and dealing with a Donald Trump. I mean, if you were dealing with a normal candidate or what have you, no big deal. You'd be able to handle it. With Donald Trump, you never know what he's going to do. He's liable to call for a civil war tomorrow morning. And you got those fanatics, the cult, QAnon, or what, Q, whoever he is. That's a moron. And but that's a person that the fringe Christianity loves. So who knows what's going to happen down the road there. All right, listen, it's Saturday. I'm wondering, I'm waiting for the anointment of Trump, and then J.D. Vance, I guess, gets nominated, and they accept him, and then he goes on to give a speech, and that ought to be interesting, Any speech that any of the leading politicians give for Trump right now, it's going to be interesting, because this is basically a kiss the ring time. So we'll see what happens there. I will be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good day. Take care.